The sixth mistake that companies make is that they do not effectively use credit lines. How do you set your credit lines? Is it based on reviewing and checking the new client's credit, and then therefore you base it on their credit worthiness? If you're like most clients, you issue credit lines based on your client's need and usage, and that's exposing you to unneeded and at times suicidal risk. What you need to do is to set up credit lines based on your client's ability to pay, and then manage that with your own risk tolerance. You start with the credit application. Let's assume they provided you with 3 trade references, and one of them has a high credit of $6,000, another of $10,000, and then the third has a high credit of $15,000. I would recommend that you set up the credit line around $5,000 to $8,000, assuming they have that much in the bank, and you should know that if you've checked their bank. You never want to be the company that is offering them the most credit. You want to be in there around midway to lower middle. If your client should require more credit, you can approach it in several ways, and this will help you manage risk. If they need more credit, see if they'll sign a personal guarantee. Maybe see if they'd sign a UCC1 filing. Also, you can get a credit card number and a signed authorization as a backup method in case they fail to pay. A credit line will also improve your cash flow, because if a company needs $30,000 in staffing and you're only able to give them a $15,000 credit limit, they'll have to pay you every 2 weeks versus every 30 days. Credit lines will also help you manage risk on riskier clients. If you have a new startup or problem account, you can still offer them a credit line of, let's say, $1,500 to $2,000. And they may be profitable for years, but if they go out of business, you lose $1,000 to $1,500, but you made $50,000 off that client while they were in business. Just remember, there are some clients out there that would be a wonderful $5,000 risk, but they would be an absolutely horrible $20,000 risk. Credit lines are the very simplest tool that you can use to manage your risk. Now let's take a moment and briefly recap. Credit lines are the easiest way to manage your risk, and they can also be used to increase your cash flow. And if you increase your cash flow, that should increase the overall profitability of your company.